Alright, what's up gamers? Nostalgic Roe here, back with another finds video. Kind of an exciting time right now for most collectors that live in the Midwest, as the winter's finally gone, garage sales are opening up, so it's a great time to start finding some really cool deals. Anyway, I'm just going to get started right at it here. I got some Goodwill and some garage sales finds. I was pretty excited about most of this, so let's go ahead and get started. So first off, at the Goodwill, I saw something in the glass case. Saw that it was pink, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It had a $20 price tag on it, but I had a coupon that got 50% off, and what it was a good working condition pink Nintendo DS, the DS Lite, in a nice little carrying case. So I was like, oh, that's cool. That's definitely worth $10. And then I opened it up here after I bought it, and it came with first off, it came with a bunch of like pencils and stuff like that, all fine there. And then it came with some games. So it came with Mario Party DS, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, and then actually I have it in the game here, or in the system I should say, and that is Diddy Kong Racing DS. So for all those titles there, plus the system for $10, not too bad. I did have to go out and buy a charger, but that was $10, and then ended up, found out later I didn't necessarily need to get it, but whatever, I have one now, so it's all good. So pink DS there. And I also found a couple of games. These were closer more to $5 a piece, and I didn't have them. Probably paid what they are retail, but since I didn't have them, I hadn't seen them before, I thought it'd be worth just getting. So the first is Arkanoid, I think, by Taito. And then we have actually some video game cleaners that was stuffed in one of them. And then Roundball 2-on-2 Challenge, so a basketball game. And then Wayne Gretzky Hockey, which, testing it out, is kind of a terrible game, but that's what happens. Also then, I think in an earlier episode I talked about finding a Nintendo 64 and buying it and flipping it. So I did flip it at a little video game shop, kind of more of a pawn shop type place. But I got it, and in exchange I got Road Rash 2, The Uncanny X-Men, and then a game I hadn't come across before, and it's kind of a rare one, I guess, called Raid 2020. It's a blue casing here, so Color Dreams Inc. Kind of seemed like an interesting game, though I don't really know how rare it is or anything, but it costs a little bit more, but that was fine. Like I said, flipping the Nintendo 64 for that worked out in my favor. Also at the Goodwill, found some controllers that I only paid like $2 for. So we got the Ultra Racer for the PlayStation for like the Gran Turismo games and stuff. I don't know, I tested it out a little bit. I don't know if I'd necessarily play racing games with it, but you know, that's the point of it. Then also found for my Dreamcast this off-brand Quantum controller, a little bit different shape, but all in all a little decent controller for $2. And then the other thing I found, which I couldn't find the game for there, I was a little disappointed that I couldn't find it, but I know just this alone is worth closer to $20. And what it is it's a drum from Namco, and there's some game, I can't remember the name of it right now, for the PlayStation 2, I believe it was, or the PlayStation itself. But either way, there's a drum game that this all came with. So altogether as a whole, it's worth quite a bit, but just like the drum alone is worth $20. So grabbing it for $2. I don't know if it works or not. I'm assuming it does, but if it doesn't, even for $2, it's not like I'm out a ton of money. Alright, then going further along with more Goodwill finds on their $2 days, I got Dance Dance Revolution Supernova 2, along with a nice mat that actually, this mat here, I won't open it all the way up, but it is actually compatible with all the major systems at that time, so Xbox, PlayStation, and GameCube. So anyway, so that was pretty cool. For $2, that was all tied together. So I don't necessarily collect. I get some Dance Dance ones from time to time, but I don't necessarily go and collect the mats and stuff like that. But for $2, couldn't pass. This was another $2 for the Wii Dance Pad, and actually this hasn't even been opened before. So it's a GameStop version, so I doubt it's ever gonna become much money. But it is universal for several systems. So I don't know. If anything, keep it in box. Might be worth something later. Then another thing I saw that I was able to grab for $2 was a PlayStation in the box. It is missing some cords, but otherwise it comes with all the different cables and stuff. It came with an extra controller, or not the cables, but all the different little things that come inside here, like the instructions and stuff like that. So yeah, again, for $2, definitely worth the grab there. So anyway, so that kind of did it for my Goodwilling for the past few weeks here. So decent, not great. I've done better, but you know, it's kind of that time of year now. Like I said, early on in January, February, you're gonna find more stuff at Goodwill. Now it's kind of hit or miss what you find. But I did hit up a garage sale and had some really good luck. And what was cool about this is that the couple, they were moving to Seattle, so they were just trying to get rid of everything. They're not really big gamers, but they had a bunch of stuff. And I was really worried because they posted on Craigslist. And I know some people, when you do that, people just go there in droves. And so I emailed them first, just being like, hey, would you sell them to me outright, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, we're just going to do first come, first serve because we had so many emails about all the video games we had. And they had quite a bit. So I was like, okay, I will try getting there as soon as I can. So I got there actually a half hour before the garage sale was supposed to start, but they're like, yeah, sure, we'll go ahead and sell them to you. We're ready to go. So I bought more than I was wanting to, or not necessarily wanting to, but I was expecting to. But I figured, you know, if I'm buying up all the stuff, all the games, I might as well package in with the systems and stuff. So first off, I found another DS Lite. This one, black in great condition, works perfectly. And then with that, got a ton of DS games. So even though I'm not really trying to buy for the DS because it's not really a retro, I mean, it technically is, but not really. I couldn't pass the deal on these. And I should say, as a whole, they gave me a really good deal. I think total I spent like $150 for everything, which, you know, I probably could have negotiated them down a little bit more, but because they're trying to move, and I don't like trying to just completely lowball people. I want to pay what I feel comfortable paying, and don't feel like that I'm ripping them off. So for $150 with all this stuff coming up here, including that DS, I thought was a pretty good deal for them. So anyway, with the DS titles, we have Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, Scribblenauts, Pokemon Diamond version. And then this is The World Ends With You. Final Fantasy Tactics A2. Cooking Mama. Yoshi's Touch and Go. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team. Trauma Center Under the Knife. Brain Age. Yoshi Island DS. Metroid Prime Hunters. Air Traffic Chaos. Hotel Dusk Room 215. And then finally, this one is E-Train Odyssey, I believe is how you say that. So a lot of good games here. And of course, all of them have the full package. I mean, these guys took really good care of their stuff. So I was really happy getting all that stuff. And now continuing on, so other things I bought up from them. So even though I have a couple already, Game Boy Advance, again, good condition, silver. I couldn't pass up on that. Especially when I got that, I think they threw it in just for an extra $5. And then as far as the Game Boy titles, well, first off, they gave me, I threw in there a Final Fantasy Legend 2. Sonic Advance 3. Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Crash Bandicoot, and this one is The Huge Adventure. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. And then we have Pokemon Ruby, Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Metroid Fusion, And then in-box still, Sword of Mana. So a lot of good grabs there for the Game Boy. And then moving on even more, so you see here, again, because I decided I was just going to buy all their Dreamcast stuff, so I just picked up another Dreamcast. So I got several of those now. Came with 3 controllers and also the Menacer here. So I didn't have that yet, so that's cool. And then I got some games for the Dreamcast. I can grab them here. Here we go. So then I got the web browser. This is a Sega Dreamcast generator, so it's just like a little demo disc. Then Blue Stinger, Dead or Alive 2, Jet Grind Radio, House of the Dead 2, Sega Marine Fishing, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Phantasy Star Online, Dino Crisis. I love this game, playing it on PlayStation, so really excited to get this back in my collection. So, Sonic Adventure 2, so now I have a working copy. If you remember before, I thought I had another one, then it turned out it didn't work, so I returned it. So, but this one is a working copy. And this, I don't even know how you say that, Draconis, Cult of the Worm, I'm assuming is how you'd say that. Another copy of Sonic Adventure. And Soul Calibur, another copy, so I'll be planning on selling those here. And then Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. And then finally, and this is probably the best part of it, and this is why I was really excited to get some, I got some 64 games, and then they only had the carts first, but then they came right down there like, hey, we did find some user manuals if you want them. So they gave me all the user manuals to the games. So that's always a nice little toss in there, but as you can see, we got a couple of games here. So we got Turok 2, Seeds of Evil. Jet Force Gemini, which is a game that when 64 first came out, we had Nintendo Power in my family. I read a lot about that game, and that's a game I'm really excited to have and try out. Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. Bomberman 64, and then finally Super Smash Bros. So this game alone, like I said, I paid like $150 for all of this here that I just showed you. And like just for example of like the value of this stuff, like this game alone is worth $50. So that right there in one game, if I would have went to a store, I would have been paying $50-$60 for. So to get that thrown in there with $150, pretty good deal. I mean, I would say as a whole, like the DS games, a lot of them are still kind of retailing at $20 a piece. And on eBay and everything else. So, I mean, this whole collection here, really several $100s just that I got off of them for $150 at a garage sale. So it's one of those things, like I said, like if I would have really been looking to sell this stuff, I would be probably trying to pay a little bit less, but I know what it's like to have to give up your stuff here. So I don't like to just necessarily just try getting the cheapest value possible. I wanted them to walk away saying, okay, we got a good deal for all this stuff. And I also knew with a lot of other buyers potentially looking to come in there, you know, it's best just to negotiate a little bit, but just give them a fair price. And that's what I did. So anyway, so that's what I've gotten here recently. A lot of good stuff. I'm really excited to try out some of these games. I got more videos coming on the way, so please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you have some finds that you want to share, please post them down below in the comments. I'd love to see what people are finding out there. And good luck out there during the garage sale season. Great time to start buying. I got some other stuff here that I got my eye on. I'm looking forward to hitting up some garage sales throughout the summer and hoping I can find some of that stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and thanks a lot, guys, for watching Nostalgic Roe Finds.